Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Movement Podcast, and we know what's going on in the States. Obviously, with just the football season coming to gear, and a lot of players getting big money contracts, especially with some of these quarterbacks and defensive players, you name it. Holdouts and signings. But in the midst of all this, because this is America, we're not going to talk about it that much. But on a global scale, or at least from a global perspective, Kylian Mbappe, the best player probably in football, European soccer, French national, World Cup champion, World Cup runner-up, who currently plays for club PSG. The Saudis offered him basically $1 billion, or at least offered the club PSG $1 billion, a $300 million transfer fee, and then he will get $700+ million to play one season. Now, that was early in the week, and that was crazy, right? Look, the Saudis have been taking over. Look, we saw what they did with Live Golf. They're getting into F1. The Saudis got money. They got deep pockets. I mean, look, they're even getting, they're into boxing. I mean, they promoted one of the biggest influencer fights this year with Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. You know what I'm saying? So the Saudis are getting big into sports entertainment, huge, right? And they want some star players to play in the Saudi leagues, especially for soccer, / football. And look, when I heard about it, I was like, crazy. But in club soccer, man, these transfer fees are crazy. I mean, it seems like there's no cap. You know what I'm saying? Clubs will spend whatever it takes to get a top player. And according to Front Office Sports, Kylian Mbappe didn't agree to it, right? He didn't agree to that transfer because that deal, there was a little more to it, okay? So apparently he was offered about a fixed rate of $200 million, okay? And they also wanted to maintain his image, right, as well. So there was a caveat to it, right? And he rejected it, and I get that, right? I mean, Kylian Mbappe is a huge international superstar, megastar, and look, if he had taken if the original deal was true, right? For 1 year for what, $700+ million, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you're itching towards almost $1 billion for 1 year. I mean, basically that would have been it total, considering that the transfer fee would have gone to PSG, the club, and then the rest would have gone to him. Hey, for 1 year, okay, sure, right? Makes sense, right? Who wouldn't want to play for a club for 1 year for $700+ million, right? However, considering the new news, it was only going to be for, I mean, look, it was $200 million, and then what, for 2-3 years? I don't think Mbappe wants to be in Saudi Arabia, or at least playing for, Middle Eastern club and having to pretty much give his whole entire likeness for 100% of his likeness to this club, right? In Saudi Arabia, right? So yeah, I mean, he's sponsored with Nike. He's a huge brand partner, okay? I mean, just all his sponsorship deals, everything. So all that would have to go to Saudi Arabia. I mean, from the Saudi standpoint, I get it. They want to try to recoup some of that. So they're going to sell his face and make a lot of money on the back end of this deal. You know what I'm saying? So smartest part, you know what I'm saying? I thought this deal was fishy. I was like, okay, look, the Saudis got deep pockets. Hey, for 1 year, they can do a lot with his image and likeness. You know what I'm saying? And Mbappe, I'm sure, would have given that up for a year for $700+ million. But new reports is no. There's always that back shady deal, whatever. It wasn't what it seemed to be. Too good to be true. Obviously, when these things happen, if a deal is too good to be true, most likely it's too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? Because look, Mbappe is not happy at PSG. He's made it known that, look, he wants to go to play for Club Real Madrid, and I get that Real Madrid is the top Spanish club along with Barcelona. That is the premier club. You play a player of his caliber to be on a big stage. Not that PSG is a small club. They're a huge club in France, but star players of his caliber, if you want to win the Champions League, that going to a club like Real Madrid, they're going to do their best to get you to that Champions League game. They're going to spend the money. They like having all-star type of players on their squad, you know what I'm saying? And for the PSG standpoint, look, they know Mbappe's not happy. He told them that he's not going to stay after next season, so they want to cash in. You know what I'm saying? But considering this type of deal, not a good deal for Mbappe. Mbappe doesn't want to be in the desert playing for 3 years or whatever it is at a fixed rate of $200 million and giving up your entire or your likeness and image or whatever it was. We don't know the details of that, but I mean 100% of it, that's crazy, right? So good for Mbappe, but I mean, look, at the end of the day, the Saudis are trying, you know what I'm saying? I mean, look, they even try to lure Messi in. They got Cristiano Ronaldo. Even though those players are Asian players, look, they still are willing to spend money just to get them in their league and bring attention, right? You know what I'm saying? Even though they may be done and playing for bigger clubs, they still want to spend the big money to bring them in because, fans, they have a huge following. They want to get some of that attention, that traction. And it would have been unique for Mbappe considering he's not an Asian player, right? I mean, he's only, 24 years old or something like that. So it would have been very unique for them to get a player entering his prime, right? And to play for a club with this kind of money would have been insane, right? I think that could have hurt the sport a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay for Ronaldo and Messi. They're done. They're in the twilight of their careers, on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So let the American clubs and let these Saudi clubs pay big bags because it's like a Vegas act, basically. You know what I'm saying? Come see Wayne Brady on Tuesday, come see, whatever popular celebrity that you normally don't get to see perform, at the Mirage, right? But nah, so good for Mbappe. And look, if he gets to, they're going to have PSG and Mbappe are going to have to figure this one out. It's going to be tough. Are they going to sit him, you know what I'm saying? And just wait to transfer him or let him walk out free and go to Real Madrid, so they're desperate. They want a lot for him, but Mbappe is hell bent on he has to accept the transfer because he has 1 year left on his contract. He has final say on what team he gets to go to if they do transfer, right? So if they want to transfer him somewhere, he has the final say, like, no, I'm not going. So what do you do with Mbappe? You sit him, or you actually try to compete this year and try to win a Champions League, you know what I'm saying, if they're qualified to be in the tournament this year, yo. So crazy in the world of sports, especially in club football, this whole Mbappe story. But yeah, it's pretty much dead now. 76 million was not the case. That was absurd. I mean, it would have been smart if he took it for 1 year, but considering that it's at a fixed rate and then with your likeliness and you have to play for 2.5, 3 years, whatever it is, not smart on him, you know what I'm saying, as he's about to enter his prime. So good. Anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think about this and the Saudis, how they're just dominating, trying to throw their money at players, and especially now, young players, right, to come. So very interesting. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.